Day 1. Day 2. Day 3. If you are also facing the same kind of problem, then you are watching the correct video. Now, a lot of people asked me that why 7 days? Like, even a diet plan or a very strict diet plan has something termed as a cheat meal. And you are not even giving a break on Sunday? I mean, Sunday should be an exercise break, isn't it? Okay, so I have a valid reason for doing the video for all 7 days. Now, do you know what is exactly motivation? So when you say that I am highly motivated to do this thing, so I'll start from tomorrow, bang on from tomorrow. So what is this motivation all like? Motivation has 3 major elements, not going deep into it. The first one is the desire. That is your intense desire to achieve something. Like, say for example, mine is to stay healthy and fit throughout my life. Alright, so that is my desire. The second element of motivation is working towards it. Like, however intense my desire is, but I am not willing to put any kind of efforts to become healthy and fit. I keep on eating pizzas and burgers, and I keep on following an unhealthy lifestyle. Would it work for me? No. So if I want to be very fit and healthy, I actually need to work towards it. Like, say for example, adopting a healthy lifestyle, healthy food habits, and most importantly, exercising regularly. Or it can be proper sleep cycles and so many other things which I really need to add on in my routine or in my day-to-day life to lead a healthy and a fit lifestyle, isn't it? Alright, so that is the second thing. And the third and the most important thing is that this is a part where we actually take a foot behind every single time. We start with highest amount of motivation that kal se to main karunga hi ya to main karungi, and you actually start very well. But the graph goes. So if your graph is also going from here to here, then one thing which you are lacking in is persistence. Persistence is nothing but the continuity. Yes, you are lacking in your continuity. That is, you do it one day, you do the other day, but the third day onwards, you start facing issues, and then you loosen up on your desire and your efforts as well, and you take a break. So the moment you take a break, you are losing on your continuity or on your persistence aspect. There is a very appropriate stotra in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, that is Satu Dirgha Kalam Nairantaryam Satkare Sevito Dhrada Bhumihi. This simply means that Satu, that means regularly. Dirgha Kalam means for long term. Nairantaryam means nirantari. That means without any interruptions or break. If you practice any kind of thing regularly, with full dedication, with full devotion, for long term, without any single break in between, then that chisels well in your routine. So that has become a part of your habit or your behavior. Recently, I was just scrolling through a few things on internet. I was just searching about how many days does it take for an activity which we do for it to become your habit or your behavior. Behavior is nothing but something which happens automatically. You need not to put efforts for doing that particular thing. So it subconsciously happens and you don't need to put efforts on it. So how many days does it take? So in that article it was written that around 18 to 254 days it takes to become a habit and on an average around 66 days it takes to become a behavior. That means then that particular activity happens automatically. You need not to put any kind of efforts into that. So for you now, no single size fits all. That means for you it might be 18, it can be 54, it can be 66, it can be 200, or it can be 254 also. But you need to keep on putting your continuous efforts if you want to make movement or exercise a part of your routine and want to make it a very, very healthy habit in your lifestyle. So without any further ado, wear your comfortable clothing, unroll your mats and get started with me. Sit in Sukhasana, Siddhasana or Padmasana, either of these asanas of your choice. I'm sitting in Padmasana for now. If you're not comfortable sitting in Padmasana, stay in Sukhasana, that also would do. Take Gyan Mudra, place it on your knees, keep your elbows relaxed, make yourself comfortable, keep your eyes closed, keep your facial muscles relaxed, wear a beautiful smile on your face, and let's start with a prayer. Sarvetra Sukhina Santu, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyanto, Ma Kaschid Dukhamapnuyat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us do Omkar 3 times, elongating Akar, Okar and Makar respectively. Take a deep breath in. Feel the vibrations of Omkar within and surrounding your body. Do palming with both your palms. Give a good friction to your palms. Whatever warmth and energy is produced, give it to your eyes. Spread it down on your face, your head, neck, chest, abdomen, upper back, lower back, buttocks and full legs, shoulders and full hands, and slowly open your eyes. Namaste. Now slowly keep your feet apart. Place your palms on your waist. We will start with the neck movement. Inhale and look up. Exhale and try touching your chin on the chest. Once again, inhale up. Exhale, try looking down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One last time, inhale up, exhale and down. Now we'll go with shoulder to shoulder. Try touching your left ear to the left shoulder and right ear to the right shoulder. We will repeat it 2 more times. Breathe normally. One last time. Now take your right hand up and place it on your left ear in such a way that your fingers are going up on the left ear, and slowly press it towards the right side. Make sure that your left hand is up almost parallel to the shoulder. In the similar manner, we will repeat it on the other side also. Now we'll go with the wrist circles. So slowly start making clockwise circles with your wrist in the way it is shown in the video. Now elbow circles. Make circles from the elbow clockwise 5 times. And lastly, shoulder circles. So make circles from your shoulders with your hands properly 5 times clockwise. Now we will again do reverse. Firstly shoulder circle, 5 times reverse, then elbow circles, 5 times anti-clockwise, and lastly circles with your palms anti-clockwise 5 times. Once you're done with this, now we'll go ahead with the torso twists. Place your palms in front of your chest and start twisting your torso from left to right. Make sure you're looking behind and your lower body is completely stable. Your lower body shouldn't move, only your torso should twist from left to right. We will do this around 10 times. Keep on breathing normally. Don't forget to breathe normally. Now take a belt like this or a dupatta. Hold it at a comfortable distance in such a way that when you take it behind, your hands should straight go behind without bending your elbows and come forward. If you find it very difficult to take it behind and if your elbow is bending, then you can probably increase the distance. And if you feel it very comfortable and easy breezy, then decrease the distance a little bit so that you can feel some stretch in your shoulders. This is a beautiful and intense shoulder stretch which everyone should practice every single day. We will do this for around 10 times. Every time you take it back, you inhale. Every time you bring it forward, you exhale. Now we will four-fold the belt and slowly take it up. Try going on your left side and inhale up. Again, we will go on our left side, inhale up. We will repeat this for a few more times. We are bending on the side. Make sure that you are not leaning forward or your upper body is not leaning forward. Go only as much as you can. Do not overdo so that again your body is not leaning forward and you're getting appropriate stretch on the other side. Now once we are done with this, keep your belt aside. Once again, we will go for the ankle rotation. So take your leg up 90 degrees and start rotating your ankle from right to left. In the similar manner, we will rotate the ankle from left to right. You can definitely take support if you wish to, so don't hesitate taking support. Once again, we will go with the same on the other side also. Rotate your ankle from left to right 5 times and right to left 5 times. Once again, don't hesitate taking support. Take support of something and rotate your ankles. Now we go for the balance. So take your knee up, make it parallel to your hip and try pointing your toes down and stay here for around 10 breaths. Just flex your toes and take your heel up and slowly bring it down. Keep on moving it up and down for 5 times. Stay there for a few breaths. Try balancing over here. Now again we will balance on the other side also in the similar manner. Flex your toes, inhale, lift it up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. We will keep on swaying it this way and in the last count we will try to hold it there for a few breaths till you feel something on your thigh. Try keeping your body straight and get back to the position. Now we'll go at the end of the mat. Interlock your fingers. Exhale, slowly drop your upper body down and your hands down. Inhale and up. We will make these kind of circles a few more times. Every time you go down, you exhale, and every time you go up, you inhale. Keep on making circles. In the last round, we will go for pulses. So keep on pulsing your upper body down. Try pressing your palms down towards the mat. It's absolutely fine if your palms do not touch the mat. You can bend your knees and walk with your palms and slowly go to Phalakasana or plank pose. Now we will keep on doing the leaning plank to normal plank. So basically we are going for the rocky rolly plank. So go on your toes and back on your heels. Keep on repeating this. Go forward and backward. Again forward and backward. Again forward and backward. Keep on repeating this movement. After which take your right foot exactly besides your right palm and your left foot exactly besides your left palm. If that doesn't happen, somewhere in the center you can halt and again take it on the other side. One very important thing is that you are not supposed to overdo. Just do as much as you can till your body supports you to go ahead. Okay, so don't force. Keep on doing this movement for a few more times. Feel the core engagement and stay here in this position for a few more breaths. Now slowly lift up your right palm and down. Once again, take it up and down. We will repeat it for a few more times. Up and down. Every time you take it up, you're supposed to look towards your palm. Remember, same leg which is forward, you are supposed to take that palm up. Now we will do the same with the left side also. So take your left hand up and down. Once again, up and down. We are giving a good twist to our upper body by doing this. If this is very difficult to you, you can definitely sit in Sukhasana and relax for some period of time. Now from here we will go for Malasana. Take one leg forward and sit in Malasana. Stay here for a few breaths. Be comfortable. Hold your toes with the first two fingers and the thumb and slowly go for Pada Angushtasana. Once again go for Malasana and then go for Pada Angushtasana. If anybody is having severe knee problem, they can always do these transitions like Utkatasana, that is chair pose, to Padangushtasana instead of Malasana to Padangushtasana. So wherever we are doing Malasana, you can replace Malasana to Utkatasana. Keep on doing these transitions. Stay here in Padangushtasana for a few breaths. Slowly place your palms exactly besides your feet and go to Marjariyasana, that is cat pose. Now from here place your palms slightly in the front of the mat the way it is shown. Now try placing your chin down on the mat and slowly up. Once again place your chin down on the mat and slowly up. If your chin is not touching, you can definitely put your forehead down also, but chin always will be giving a better extension to your spine. Again place your chin down, chest down and stay here in a comfortable position, extended puppy pose. Your hips and your knees are in a straight line forming a 90-degree angle. Slowly get up and get back to Marjariyasana. Now from here we go back to plank pose and this time we will try to go for Vasishthasana, that is side planks. But if you cannot take one leg over the other, you can do this cross-legged Vasishthasana variation. So take your right hand up and down. Take your left hand up and down. One very important thing to balance in this kind of a pose is to gaze down. That is, don't look up, instead look down. That will help you balance over here. Keep on doing this transition on your left side and on your right side. Keep on switching over the positions. At this point of time, if you feel exhausted or tired, you can again relax in Balakasana, and if you feel that you aren't able to take the strain on your hands, then just relax, sit in Vajrasana for some time and do some wrist movement. Now from here we will go for Balakasana. Just let your breath normalize. Meanwhile, you can make a feast and open your fingers.
make a fist and open your fingers. Keep on repeating this for a few more times. Very slowly open your fingers and make a fist. Now slowly making a fist, turn it inside and outside. Again turn it inside and outside. Turn it inside and outside. Now from here we will again go to Marjariyasana. After relaxing our upper body, your wrists completely, we will go for, now take your left knee closer to the right elbow and take your hand and leg up straight. So we will do this for the second time. Try balancing over here. Third time. Again, fourth time. Squeeze your elbow and knee inside and take it up. Once again, fifth time. We will just hold it here for a few breaths, staying here, balancing this position, and we will repeat the same on the other side as well. Now this time the left elbow and the right knee, squeeze it in and up. Again squeeze it in and up. Every time you squeeze it in, you exhale, and you take it up, you inhale. Hold it there for a few breaths. Try balancing in this position. And relax. Now from here, take your knees up off the floor. Go to Chatushkonasana or downward facing dog. Try staying here. Feel the stretch. From here you will take your right leg forward, place it beside your right palm and slowly turn in front, keeping your feet apart. Now turn your left foot on the left side, spreading your hands up. We will go for Trikonasana stretches. So try touching your palm down and slowly up. Palms down and slowly up. Now just to touch your palm on the floor or behind the foot, you will not try to lean your upper body forward. Okay, so alignments are very important. Make sure that your feet are in a single line and you're not leaning forward. Just stay here for a few breaths in the position of Trikonasana, gazing up towards the hand which is up, and relax. Now we will repeat the same on the other side. This time right foot on the right side, right heel and left heel in a single line, and slowly drop your right hand down and up. Again down and up. Every time you take your right hand down, you exhale, and you come up, you inhale. Keep on repeating this for a few more counts. Now stay there and just try holding in this position, gazing up, and relax. Now from here, try turning your right foot on the right side and the left foot on the left side. We will go for goddess weight transitions. So Devi Asana and back to normal. Go for Devi Asana and back to normal. This is also termed as sumo squats or goddess pose in English. So every time you take your hands up, you bend your knees and down. Again, inhale up, exhale and down. Again, inhale up, exhale and down. Balancing here, aligning or making your heels and your feet in a single line. You will go deeper to the Devi Asana and slowly, slightly pulse your hips down. Just stay here, pulse it down, whatever is comfortable to you. Make sure your knees are not going over your toes. Your knee and your heel should be in a single line. Relax and get back to plank pose. From here we will go to Malasana. Drop your butt down, go to Naukasana variation. From here, Naukasana variation, we will just hold it here for a few breaths. Make sure your back is straight. You're looking forward at a single point, trying to balance over here. Taking a few breaths in and out normally. Now we'll go for Naukasana variation to Purna Naukasana. Again, we will go for Naukasana variation to Purna Naukasana. We will keep on doing this transition for a few more times. It is working so well on your core. Just feel the strength in your core, feel the strength in your thigh, and keep on doing this transition. Stay here and go for Paschimottanasana. Now from here we will just lie down on the mat comfortably or roll back comfortably on the mat. Placing your feet down on the mat, keeping your feet apart around 1 foot distance, placing your fingers below the heels in such a way your heels are fully covering your fingers. If they are not covering your fingers fully, just keep your fingers outside the heels. Inhale, raise up your lower back and slowly drop it down. This asana is termed as Kati Utthanasana. Kati means kamar, Utthan means lifting your waist up. So inhale, lift it up, exhale and down. Inhale, lift it up, exhale and down. This works really well on your glutes and your thighs. You can also hold this asana for a few minutes if you wish to. For now, we will just keep on doing the transitions and hold there for a few breaths. Keep on breathing normally. Keep on focusing on your breathing process and relax and drop your butts down. Spread your legs, interlock your fingers, take your left knee closer to the chest, right foot off the floor, flex or point the toes and try touching your chin or the forehead on the knee. Keep on changing the legs. We can also go for traditional Ekpath Pavan Muktasana. This will work really well on your abdominal muscles and also will increase your core strength. So keep on changing the leg every time. Try keeping your head up. If you're having cervical issue, you can just relax and rest your head down instead. The way I am doing, you can just relax your head and repeat the same thing. So you need not to touch your nose tip or your head on the knee. Relax. Hold your toes, slowly go down to Anand Balasana or Happy Baby pose. Try pressing your knees down, hold your toes properly, stay here. You can also roll here if you wish to. Just relax yourself, feel your breath, keep your eyes closed and enjoy the moment. Feel the stretch and staying in this position. Feel the relaxation in your thighs, in your butts. And slowly take the belt, relax. Take the belt or the dupatta. Wrap it around your right foot. Inhale, stretch it closer to your upper body. The other leg will remain bent. Just keep on stretching. This will give a good stretch to your hamstrings. You can also do it at the night while you are on your bed. Take a dupatta or your belt and keep on stretching your hamstrings. If your leg is not becoming straight, it is slightly bent from the knee, it's absolutely fine. Do not force itself to be very straight. Just stay wherever you can and try feeling the stretch over there. We will repeat the process on the other side. Again, wrap the belt around the other foot and stretch your leg completely. This is my flexibility. Your flexibility may be less or more. You can accordingly practice this and don't force yourself, but make sure you're feeling some stretch in your hamstrings. Now just relax yourself. Take your palms behind the head, interlocking the fingers. Twist on the left side and on the right side. Keep on twisting on the left side and on the right side. Every time you twist on the left side with your knees, you just need to look on the right side. And every time you twist on the right side, you look on the left side. This is a very good kriya for lower back pain. So all those who are having lower back pain, they can definitely go for this. Just relax yourself. Let your body be completely loose. Place your left palm on the chest, right palm on the abdomen. Keep your feet completely relaxed. Just focus on your breath, on your breathing process, making yourself very comfortable in this position, focusing on your breath and your abdominal movement. Every time you inhale in, the way your abdomen goes out, every time you exhale out, the way it goes in, just try observing the movement of your abdomen. Completely relax your body. Find your serenity and peace in the chaos. Slowly, once you feel comfortable and relaxed, taking support of your palms, your hands, turn on the left or the right side and sit in Sukhasana. Do palming with both your palms. Give a good friction to your palms. Whatever warmth and energy is produced, give it to your eyes. Slowly open your eyes within and slide your hands down. Thank you so much.
Oh, you still haven't yet? Then go and like and share my channel, and don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button so that you keep on getting regular health updates from our end. See you. Bye-bye. Stay happy, stay healthy.